Did you know that by 2050, countries like Japan, Spain, and Italy are projected to lose more than 15% of their current populations? This startling trend of shrinking populations in developed nations isn't just a demographic shift, but a potent threat to the long-term economic health and stability of developed countries. Depopulation isn't just a matter of numbers, it's about who makes up these numbers. The trend is twofold: an aging population coupled with lower birth rates. In many of these nations, birth rates have fallen below the replacement level. This means fewer young people are entering the workforce and more elderly citizens are retiring. But what's driving this change? Before we move forward, click that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. This channel will keep you updated on the most intriguing videos on economic topics all around the world. Since 1950, the world's population expanded from 2.5 billion to over 7.7 billion. Looking ahead to 2050, projections suggest that this figure will rise to approximately 9.7 billion, which has decreased from roughly 1 to 2% per year to only 0.5%. This slowdown is primarily attributed to declining birth rates and the increasing age of global populations. By 2050, the average global fertility rate is anticipated to increase to 2.2 births per woman from the current rate of 2.5. This decline brings it closer to the replacement fertility rate of 2.1, which is essential to keep a population stable in size. At the same time, the median age worldwide is expected to rise from the present 31 years to 36 by 2050. Europe is on course to register the highest median age of 47 years. Notably, Latin America and the Caribbean, regions traditionally known for their youthful demographics, are projected to undergo a significant change. The median age in these areas, currently at 31, is forecasted to jump to 41. The reasons behind depopulation are a complex mix of factors. Improved education and career opportunities leading to delayed childbearing, economic uncertainty, urbanization, and evolving societal values. Additionally, migration patterns play a role, with younger populations often moving to more urbanized areas or abroad, leaving behind an aging demographic. Historically, demographic shifts have had profound economic impacts. A booming post-war population fueled economic growth in the mid-20th century, but today's declining numbers present new challenges. One of the most immediate impacts is felt in the labor market. A decreasing population, especially in the younger demographic, leads to a shrinking workforce. This isn't just about fewer hands on deck, it's about a significant drop in productivity and innovation. Industries struggle to find skilled workers, and businesses face challenges in scaling or even maintaining their operations. In the European Union, the working age population is expected to decrease by 40 million by 2030. A smaller workforce means a potential drop in productivity. Germany, for example, could face a 25% reduction in labor force by 2060, severely impacting its economic output. This dwindling workforce is subsequently heavily felt at the national level. Less working participation means lower tax revenues and reduced capacity for economic growth. Fundamentally, a shrinking population equates to a decrease in both the workforce and consumer base, reducing a nation's gross domestic product. This is already being forecasted in the US. The declaration in labor force expansion is projected to lead to a corresponding slowdown in GDP growth, with an expected annual increase of 1.9%. This rate of GDP growth for 2022 to 2032 aligns with the trends observed in recent decades, yet it remains slower compared to the more robust growth experienced before the turn of the century. Turning our attention to societal security and healthcare, the picture becomes even more complex. An aging population leads to higher dependency ratios, meaning fewer working-age individuals support a larger retired population. In the 38 OECD countries, which includes economic powerhouses like the US, Japan, France, and the UK, the dependency ratio of people over 65 as a proportion of those aged 20 to 64 will rise from 22% to 46% by 2050. This means that there may not be enough people to care for an increasing number of dependents, including fewer workers paying into societal security schemes. In Japan, the ratio of working-age people to retirees is expected to fall to 1.3% by 2050, from 2.8% in 2000. Consequently, this will impact Japan's budget, where 11% of the country's GDP is spent on healthcare, compared to the global average of around 6%. The financial strain is immense, as these systems were designed during times when the demographic pyramid was much more balanced. With a smaller, older population, healthcare systems have to adapt not only to the increased demand, but also to the changing nature of healthcare needs. Chronic age-related diseases become more prevalent, requiring long-term and often expensive care solutions. In the United States, retirees over 65 will make up nearly 22% of the population by 2040, up from 15% in 2016. This aging demographic puts a strain on social security and healthcare systems. In Italy, public expenditure on pensions is expected to reach 16% of GDP by 2040, one of the highest in the world. The economic implications of depopulation extend beyond labor and social security. A smaller population also means a smaller consumer base. Consumer markets contract, leading to decreased demand for a wide range of products and services. Consider Japan, where consumer spending accounts for about 60% of its GDP. With a population that fell by about 8,000 people, or 0.65%, to 122.4 million in 2022 from the previous year. Falling for a 14th straight year, the ripple effects on its economy are significant. Fewer consumers translate to decreased demand for goods and services, from retail to real estate. With fewer people needing homes, property values in certain areas can decline, impacting both homeowners and the real estate industry. For instance, in areas of eastern Germany, population decline has led to nearly 10% of homes being vacant, affecting not just the housing market, but also local economies. Furthermore, the age composition of the population influences spending habits. An aging population, like that in Spain, where over 30% will be over 65 by 2050, spends differently. Expenditure shifts from consumer goods to healthcare and services, impacting sectors like automotive, technology, and fashion. A contracting consumer market can lead to deflationary pressure. With less demand, prices can fall, potentially leading to a cycle of reduced spending and investment. These economic challenges of depopulation present a conundrum for developed nations. They must navigate the complex task of adapting their economies, labor markets, and social systems to a new demographic reality. The solutions are not straightforward and require innovative thinking, policy reforms, and perhaps a redefinition of economic success in an era of shrinking populations. A key approach lies in boosting birth rates. Countries like Sweden and France have seen success through family-friendly policies. In Sweden, the government offers 16 months of paid parental leave and heavily subsidized daycare. Such policies have contributed to a relatively high birth rate in Sweden, at around 1.7 children per woman, compared to the EU average of 1.6. In France, the government provides extensive parental leave, childcare subsidies, and family allowances. These incentives have helped increase the birth rate to 1.9 children per woman by offering generous parental leave, subsidized childcare, and financial incentives. They create an environment that supports families in balancing work and child rearing. Immigration also plays a vital role. In Canada, immigrants now account for over 20% of the population, significantly contributing to the labor force and offsetting demographic decline. In 2019 alone, Canada welcomed over 340,000 new immigrants, a move that counters workforce shortages and enriches cultural diversity. This strategy has proven essential in maintaining the country's economic vitality. Technological innovation offers another avenue. Automation and AI are revolutionizing industries, from manufacturing to services. In Japan, robots now perform tasks from manufacturing to elderly care, addressing labor shortages. By 2035, it's estimated that 20% of the workforce could be automated, preserving productivity levels despite a declining population. Economic reforms, like encouraging later retirement and part-time work for seniors, can help keep valuable experiences in the workforce longer. The road ahead requires a blend of policy innovation, societal change, and technological advancement. By adopting these strategies, developed nations can turn the challenge of depopulation into an opportunity for a sustainable and prosperous future. Adapting to depopulation challenges requires a multifaceted approach. By combining family-friendly policies, strategic immigration, and embracing technological advancement, developed nations can navigate the complexities of demographic shifts. These strategies not only bolster the workforce, but also pave the way for innovative and sustainable economic growth. We hope this video gave you a look into this global challenge of depopulation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth global economic content.